Hello, my name is Reverend Dr. Deborah Murray, and I am the Senior Pastor of First United Methodist Church. Welcome. Today I'd like to tell you a story about compassion. This story is also sad, but it shows us the power of compassion and that when we're present with one another, allowing ourselves to feel one another's care, one another's pain, how we can support one another through compassion. Let us listen to our story. In Judah, there a man called Elimelech has two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, and he's married to Naomi. He's worried about their survival and decides to leave his homeland of Judah and travel all the way to Moab. After going to Moab, he settles in for a while and his two sons get married. They marry Orpah and Ruth. Sadly, after some time, Elimelech dies, and then his two sons do as well. Naomi, Orpah, and Ruth are left alone to themselves, and they are devastated. Naomi decides that she will leave Moab and go back to Judah, where she was from. She encourages her two daughter-in-laws to stay there in the land where they're familiar, where they have family. They won't listen to it. They are determined to stay with her. And so as she goes to leave, it is the custom of the daughter-in-laws to leave with the mother-in-law. Naomi turns to them and she says, "No, you must stay here and make lives for yourselves. I want you to be blessed by God the way that you blessed me, my husband, and my sons. May God do the same to you." Orpah listens to these words and her heart is breaking and she's filled with tears, and she decides to obey Naomi and turn around and go back and try to make a life for herself in Moab. Ruth, on the other hand, she clings even tighter to Naomi and she tells Naomi, "No, I won't go. Wherever you go, Naomi, I will go. Wherever your land is, that is where my land will be as well. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God as well. And wherever you die, I am determined to die and be buried in the same place with you." When Naomi hears this, her heart is so softened and she is so touched by the amount of compassion and dedication that she agrees to allow Ruth to come along with her. Compassion shows up in many different ways. In the story today, we see how Naomi had compassion for her daughter-in-laws. She desired for them to have a good life, and so she wanted them to remain behind and let her travel on her own. We see the compassion that Orpah had for Naomi. She wanted to go along with her. We also see the compassion that Naomi had for Orpah in asking her to please go back, and the compassion that Orpah showed toward herself in making the right decision for her. We see a different angle of compassion, though, when Ruth decides that she wants to leave her family and go along with Naomi because Naomi has become her ultimate family. Compassion has many different rays and spectrums. Have you ever felt hurt and needed the support of someone? Do you know of anyone that feels hurt? And can you think of a way that you can act compassionately towards them to let them know that they're hurting? And to ask them if there's any way that you also can support them to help them feel better. Have you ever been in a place where you felt that you wanted to go home? You missed your family? Maybe you were at camp, like here, or maybe you were away on vacation. Sometimes we do feel lonely and we want to go and be with people who are familiar to us. This is the same emotion that Naomi had once all of her family had left her. What about determined? Have you felt that kind of determination about wanting to do something, especially something good like these ladies in the text? They were determined that they wanted Naomi to be okay and that they would help her in being okay. It's wonderful when we're determined to do good. And it's also wonderful for us to exhibit the emotion that we saw in Naomi, where she allowed her heart to be softened, and she allowed people to come into her heart and to bless her, and she allowed herself to be helped by others. I hope that you'll remember this whenever you're hurting. I hope you'll remember this whenever you're missed. And I hope you'll be as equally determined to allow the Holy Spirit to help you make those decisions that are awful tough to make. And I hope you'll make them with compassion. God bless you.